This episode of Sessions with Stef is brought to you by our partner, Fearless Sounds. Francesca Sacerdoti, along with her amazing team, take care of every artist's needs when it comes to marketing, playlist placement, advertising, and artist management. You can follow Fearless Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, or just give them a call at 514-409-6061. Thank you, Francesca, and thank you, Fearless Sounds. And now, we present to you our latest session with Stef. Oh yes, welcome to Sessions with Stef. This is what it's all about. As you can tell, there's a different look here. I got a co-pilot. And you know what? I'm going to do this live on TV. Open your mouth, bro. Open. No, it's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen. Actually, I already did that in the pool. I poured beer down his throat.
We could call this podcast My Alcoholic Father, and it would still be accurate.
Right? So I'm going to do a cheers. I'm going to do a toast. Cheers, bro. You drink your water. All right?
Oops.
All right. Hi, Lisa. Hi,
Hello.
Francesca.
Cheers.
How's it going?
Cheers,
How's it
guys.
going? Salud.
Chin chin chin.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Guys, welcome to Sessions with Stef. Okay, so whoever doesn't know, this is my son. I'd like to welcome Anthony.
Thank you.
We're breaking you into Sessions with Stef here.
I want to say that I'm responsible for like half of your followers because I got all my friends at school to follow you. So thank me for that.
You just got another follower, by the way, I saw.
Thank me for that.
Now we just got to move them over to Let's.
And when I get famous in a few years from now, this video will explode in popularity. So just remember that.
So that's what we're doing. See, this is my ploy. Instead of getting a guest, I'm going to get my son to come on because he's going to break the internet, obviously.
Yes, I mean, I'm not sure what it'll be if it's me doing something stupid, but I'll be famous.
Whatever it is. So, guys, welcome to Sessions with Stef. I love doing this podcast. This is such a blast. Musical podcast. Today, we are going to talk some music. This is like a Christmas special. So, I'm doing like a year in review. I'm going to talk about my all the guests that I've had in the year 2023. Because this podcast has been going on. We have hit 45, if not 46 episodes of Let's Talk It Out.
Wow.
Which Let's Talk It Out is Lisa and Francesca, as you can see there.
Us. No.
There's Lisa there. And Francesca. Francesca's going to get in there. There's Francesca.
Us.
Amazing.
We matter.
We have hit 45 episodes.
Manny's talking and it's still
I
on
know.
us.
No one cares here. No one cares. It's Sessions with Stef, this one.
We took it out. We took it over.
You took it over.
Let's talk Sessions.
So, yes. So, Sessions with Stef is my podcast, musical podcast. Let's Talk It Out is Lisa and Francesca. They have amazing interviews with guests, artists, with comedians, with tons of different guests that are super enlightening, it's interesting, right? These guests really get you going. So, guys, you got to subscribe to all of it. We also have a Licumbare, which is an Italian-Canadian podcast, which is a lot of fun. It's different. We talk about different things, but it's a lot of fun. You guys got to subscribe on all of that. But today is a quote-unquote Christmas special or year in review of Sessions with Stef, where I'm going to talk about all the people. But before all of that, Anthony, we have sponsors. You're not making any money on this thing. I'm letting you know right off the bat. This is a freebie, and it's always going to be a freebie. But yes, we need to thank our sponsors.
Let's thank them.
Now, Anthony, you know something.
Yeah.
When you bought your first house, so guys, a real estate agent. We all need a real estate agent. We all need one. The minute you have to buy a house, it becomes a pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass.
Pain. You know it. You don't know you're spending $500,000, $600,000, $400,000, $300,000, $1 million, $1.5 million. And if you don't know you're going to have a million questions. And if you're selling your own house or you're buying it without the help of a professional. And when I say a professional,
I mean a professional
like Vito Gentile.
Woo, Vito!
Vito Gentile.
Shout out to Vito.
Fantastic. Shout out to Vito Gentile. Thank you so much for sponsoring, guys. Vito is fantastic. He's actually, I think, Lisa.
Remax Dynasty. I know Vito Gentile.
So and Lisa is in the game. She's in the real estate.
Come out right, Vanny.
The real estate game.
Yeah.
And she knows all the brokers. I mean, she knows a lot of brokers because she's been doing it for many years.
Yep.
And she said how amazing Vito is.
Yes.
So guys, he's super friendly, super nice. He can do real estate. He can do residential, commercial, all kinds of real estate. You want to buy, you want to sell, you talk to Vito. You can call him at
514-825-1720 or his bureau 514-360-4332, vito.gentile at remax-quebec.com, Remax Dynasty. So guys, you can even find him on Facebook, Vito Gentile Courtier Immobilier. So he is everywhere, and rightly so, because he's your go-to for buying, selling, researching. He's your go-to.
Amazing. Thank you, Vito. Keep up the good work. But you know what? When you have a house, sometimes when you sell it, you need to take pictures, right? And we have a photographer for you guys. Richard Babb Photography. Thank you so much. Thank you for sponsoring us. You sponsor Let's Talk It Out. You sponsor Sessions with Stef all the time. You're amazing. And your photos are fantastic, guys.
Beautiful.
They are beautiful. Actually, you got to check him out on the gram, as the kids call it, on the Instagram.
gram.
It's Richard_Babb_photography, guys. He specializes in fine arts, cosplay. He does, what's that? What do you call it?
He does everything.
Yes, he does everything. But he's got like risque pictures that are
Yes.
amazing.
But they're tastefully done.
They're super tastefully
Yeah.
done. Amazing. If you check out his Instagram, guys, you'll see he's fantastic. The style of picture is different. And you know what? When you take pictures, there's so many photographers, and they're all good in terms of quality. But it's the eye that this guy has an eye for sweet
Art,
pictures.
very artistic.
Like you see the art in his pictures, and he's fantastic. Richard Babb, thank you so much for sponsoring us. Does he have a phone number that
Of course he does.
We does, yes.
514-923-3168. So as you said, he can be found on Instagram. He's also on Facebook under Richard Babb. So guys, check him out. It's very, very tastefully done. He has definitely the eye, the look, the lighting, the location, whatever it is that you need. He's your photographer.
Thank you, Richard.
Amazing.
Yay.
Thank you, Richard. Now let me bring in my son. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anthony Vanny, my son, my firstborn.
The favorite child.
No. You're sending me down a road that I can't come back from if I
Because it's
follow
on
you,
camera.
right? It's on camera. And
It's not like your daughter watches this anyways, you know.
Well, she actually does, because she hears me in the editing room when I'm editing this.
Oh no, she hears your rage whilst editing it, but she doesn't actually watch.
There's the truth.
YouTube
It comes
video.
out. It comes out.
So, guys, this is Anthony. I'm gonna ask him
Welcome,
a couple.
Anthony.
Well,
Thank you.
Anthony. I'm gonna ask him a few questions because it is Sessions with Stef, and this is a session where he's learning an instrument. So Anthony's been taking lessons, and he's coming along quite nicely. And you know what? You're gonna do one of our segments. I'm gonna ask you one of our segments, and you're gonna do it with me because I know you know your musicianship. You know a lot of musicians, and he's going to do the Francesca segment.
All right.
Which, by the way, another sponsor is Fearless Sounds.
yay!
And the reason I don't mention it during the podcast is because you've already seen the ad before the podcast starts. You've seen the Fearless Sounds, and she's here live and in the flesh.
Come here in the
She's
flesh.
here,
Come
the
in the
music
flesh.
publicist.
She's in the
She
flesh,
is right there.
but
She's
she's
in the
in the
flesh.
She's in the flesh,
She is
nice and
right
red.
there.
And flash.
And she is there.
flash.
That is Fearless Sounds, your music publicist. She does artist management, all of that. It's fantastic. And she has a question that I do as a segment. She came up with it, and I do it on Sessions with Stef every week. And it's a fantastic question. We're going to do it later.
All right, I'm excited.
Okay, because first, I'm going to talk about some of the guests that I've had during the year, or most of them. I'm going to go, I'm not going to spend too much time on every single one, but I had an amazing year.
Are we grading them, like ranking from like 1
No,
to 10?
I'm not. No. That was way too much work. You think I'd put that much preparation in this?
Well, then
Come on,
people
man.
will take it
Come on.
personally. Like
Come on.
imagine the guy's like, oh my god, I was rated 10th best on Sessions with Stef.
Right?
I'm gonna kill myself. Like, what
And
can
I only take amazing guests, and they're all fantastic. They're all fantastic. You've been here a couple of times. You've
I
seen-
came once because I wanted to see my cousins.
Well, and we're going to talk about her because she's one of the guests that we had. But I mean, it started off with Daniel, my buddy.
I love him, by the way.
just left him. I just left a gig, and he was with me about 2 hours ago. Great guy. He was the first.
Tell them the story about what he wore the other day.
don't know. I
What happened?
I
Now
went
you
to
have to
drop
say it.
off equipment at his house, or pick up. I can't remember. I went to
We
pick up.
we were dropping off speakers.
Yes, I
because
had
you
to
made
drop-
me carry them outside of the trunk.
Hey, you're the delivery guy now. So we went to his house, and he came back from a jog. So he comes outside to grab the speakers, and he's wearing shorts and like
Tights.
You know,
It's
the
like
tights
shorts
underneath.
over tights.
And he had a toque on.
He looked like a bender. That's
He's
what a
epic.
bender.
But guys, he's a fantastic.
But I love him.
bass player.
I love him. If you're watching,
Dan, we love you. He's a
love you.
fantastic bass player. He was my first podcast of the year, and it's a lot of fun because I literally jammed with him. I brought a cajon and I played like snare and stuff with him, and it was a lot of fun. Which then brought me to a really cool episode with the Chair Warriors. Now you don't know the Chair Warriors. You guys know
I
the
know
Chair
that.
Warriors.
We
made me
do
listen to
know
them.
them.
Oh, you listened to them.
I vividly remember in the kitchen one day, you're like, "Oh my God, Anthony, come listen to the Chair Warriors."
Right, you liked it, right?
Yeah, it was-
because it's got a rock with keyboards in it. Brandon Minyaka is a fantastic singer. Guys, this guy really smokes. He sounds really good. He plays keyboards while he sings. We've got Gopal on drums, and Robert.
Oh,
actually,
I love Gopal. I love that.
and
guy.
Robert's a guitar player. Guys, it's a trio, but the music is really, really cool. It's avant-garde, I would say. It's rock, but with a cool kind of poppy edge. But guys, the Chair Warriors are a fantastic band. The podcast was a lot of fun because we had 3 of them. If you remember any moments, talk about it. Lisa, you can bring it up. Francesca, if you remember when they were on.
I remember a lot of drinking.
Well, yes. That was, no, that wasn't the worst drinking one, but
Yeah, I know
we
which one that was.
We definitely had a few shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
good one. And,
But the guys are great.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my
Gopal,
God.
Rob Fleece, like all the guys
super-
are fantastic.
Yeah, and they sound great. They got an
Yeah.
original sound.
Yeah.
And I remember his voice, Brandon's voice. I was like, whoa,
Wow,
dude.
Yeah, that guy was like hardcore.
And,
Nice.
following him, we had Claudia Lenti.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claudia.
And Claudio, she was fantastic.
Claudia, not Claudio.
Claudia Lenti. And we saw her video, actually. Watched her video. And man, she's got amazing videos.
Yeah.
Her
Lovely lady.
songs are super catchy, and she's such a joy to work with.
Actually, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Claudia is the cousin of my friend Georgia.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I only found that out when she came on, and I said, "Oh my God, that's great,
Caramba.
caramba."
And part of the reason I love doing this podcast is a lot of times I have buddies or my son or friends on that I've known because I've been doing this for a hell of a long time, and it's fun.
For
We have a chat.
centuries.
Centuries.
I don't want to say centuries, but it's been a long time.
time.
Literally,
Islander.
at 17, I did my first gig, so I'm well over 30 years in this. Oh,
Steph, you're only
Sad.
25.
I mean,
Calm
no,
down.
I'm well over 10 years. But so a lot of times I'm going to have buddies. I call them up. Hey, guys, you want to come and chat? And we have a blast. We have a few drinks, and it's a lot of fun. But a lot of times I'm looking on Facebook. People reach out to me to say, hey, can I come on your podcast?
true.
And I meet a lot of new people that are in the business. And it's funny. By the end of the podcast, we're like buds, and we still keep in touch. And Claudia is fantastic. I got to know things that I didn't know about her. We kind of not hang out with the same clique, but I play salsa, and she goes dancing salsa all the time.
True.
So she goes to the school where the people that I worked with as dancers in my band for years.
Nice.
And they teach. Well, I don't know if she takes lessons or whatever, but she's an amazing. She dances salsa. She sings in English and Spanish. She's fantastic, and it's really cool. Like after one podcast, we're kind of we still keep in touch, and,
That's
and it's pretty
fantastic.
cool. So then from there, guys, I'm gonna bring up Mario Biff. Biff Ferrelli.
Hey.
Biff Ferrelli, this
Yes.
guy is
Grande beef.
he is the nicest guy.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
is.
Like
My God.
besides being and I've known him.
Dear friend.
Yeah.
Also.
I've known Mario for years, but kind of like I know who he is. He knows who I don't know if he knew who I was, but I knew who he was. I mean, the guy's an amazing guitar player. Works for Godin. Is amazing. And then I saw some of his stuff that he writes his original music, and he's great. And then you meet him, and he's the nicest
Yeah, he's
guy.
a sweet.
Yeah, it's
He
fantastic.
really is.
Mario
Like,
is fantastic.
How nice. And he calls me up right after the podcast. He's got contacts. He says, if you want, because he works for Godin, he's like, if you want, you can do some Zooms with some guitar players that play for like Mark Anthony and big
Whoa.
artists.
I remember that.
And
That's
I'm like,
true.
dude, you're
Yeah.
so
Mario
nice.
knows many people because it's
Yeah.
so humble. So just like it
I'm
doesn't
talking
go
to-
around and
No,
say
he
that.
doesn't say a word. He's like, yeah, well, I was backstage at the
I
Mark
some
Anthony
friends,
concert.
you know.
I was
Yeah.
like, what?
We should do a Zoom. Hey, we should do a Zoom with all
Absolutely.
these people.
Absolutely. Hey, maybe that's, well, yeah.
Like a giant group
Like
Zoom
a
of like
giant
Yeah.
group Zoom.
the sessions of Steph class of 2023.
That
I
would
would
be
love
cool.
That would be so
Yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Like the one we did with Syncopated Noise Foundation.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool
really.
too.
You know what? We actually I spoke to Biffarelli. Actually, speak to him.
Yeah.
Because he said for Ital Fest, he said maybe we'll put together a band. I spoke to him on the phone. He said maybe let's put together a band for Ital Fest with some of his stuff. And
I
some
would
Italian
love that.
music.
Nice.
Because he would love to play his instrumental things.
Yes, and he asked me to play percussion with him
Oh,
and put together
nice.
some stuff for Ital Fest. So
Well, reach out in case.
Biff, we're gonna talk, man, and we're gonna talk to Francesca too. So then after Mario, this was wild. Okay, this one was wild. Wasn't expecting this. This was an email. I don't know if I got it or you got it.
Who?
Red Raven Chaos.
Yes, I got it.
Whoa.
I got
So
Frank.
Lisa got
I got
the-
Frank. Yeah.
Never met this dude. The nicest
Oh
fucking
my
guys
god,
in
he
the
was
world.
awesome. Yeah.
And then we discovered something.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, I don't usually have like hardcore metal on. And then I checked out their video and I was intrigued and
Yeah.
the music was really good. I said, yeah, let's do this. I never went down that road. I
Yeah.
didn't get it. I got into rock, but the heavy metal and the
Yeah.
hard metal, I didn't get, and it was the best thing I did. It opened up so many doors.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are amazing. Their videos, like, wow.
Yeah, they're really good.
He's got that screaming voice. I made you hear Red Raven.
Oh, I
Chaos.
still have the T-shirt in my room. Like,
Right?
I mean, it's
We-
your T-shirt, but I take it sometimes. But
Well,
yeah,
it is
good.
my
and I got the
T-shirt.
CD too.
That's right. And they
Yeah.
sound really good. You got to check out Frank and the Rob is in the band too. I mean, we had the two of them on, right?
Yes,
Yes.
both of them.
Yeah,
they
both
were
of
on.
them. Rob, Roberto Endrigo. I mean,
Oh, I love
what-
that guy.
Rob
what a
Hanks.
guitar
Yeah.
player. Yeah, Rob Hanks.
The best.
He was
Dear
on
friend.
sessions with Stef. He was last year, but he was on sessions with Stef. A great guitar player. I'm actually looking forward to. There's a possibility I might play with him. I'm just saying.
Yes.
But Rob has his original stuff, and he's a monster guitar player. So
Yeah,
that's
he's awesome.
really, really cool. And then this is the one where you were there.
Yes, with
We are gonna
Old
hit
Soul.
Old Soul, which is amazing because that one opened up a lot of doors as well.
Yeah.
From that Old Soul interview that I had here, and we're gonna talk about them, but so many people, like, it's a different generation. It's my cousin. Loretta is my cousin from Old
oh,
Soul.
what? She's like 25, right? Like
It's a different generation, younger than me. That's for sure.
She's our age.
But that from there, a lot of people that saw that interview reached out and said, hey, there's another band like this, and we're going to go through them. But Old Soul was a lot of fun because, I didn't meet her band. I mean, well, her boyfriend, the drummer, of course.
Oh, I love him.
He's amazing. I mean, Ryan's great.
Shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan, and they're amazing people. I've seen them at family gatherings, and we talk and we chill. I've been talking to Ryan for years. Drums, like he's seen me play drums, and I seen him play drums, and we get into it and talk about. I would talk about Loretta. Loretta was a little kid coming to my dad for music lessons,
Oh,
so she would come to
cute.
my house
That's
all
nice.
the time, and then I met the other guys, and I'm like, no wonder they're so successful. I mean, the whole band, the the three guys and Loretta, like such a great vibe. They're so cool. They're so chill. Their music is original. When they say Old Soul, it's such an apropos name because they modernize old school rock and roll. They got
love
like a
it.
bit of Zeppelin,
Oh,
a bit
I
of
love it.
Beatles, and it sounds so good. Loretta is super original when she sings. It was a pretty cool interview.
Oh yeah, because then they played after. Like
And-
they played live in front of us. Now it's
That's
Yeah,
right.
but that was a funky with the lighting.
We
and
had,
everything.
yeah, we changed the
purple
lighting.
lights, the
Yeah.
purple-
We kind of put a stage setting for them just because whatever, man.
No, I remember. I remember
Yeah.
why we did that because we had our lights for the last final series of the Licumbari that were set up.
They were
We
already
had the
set
red, yeah.
And-
So since they
yeah.
were already set up, we had that orangey, rusted orange look.
That's right.
And I think it totally fit.
Oh, it was
Like,
great.
Totally
And then
fit.
the
Oh,
night
it
was even
awesome.
better because after that, my dad bought me McDonald's after that.
No, that's what.
So that-
you
that-
remember
that-
that, and it's
no.
Those are
happening again tonight,
milestones.
bro.
Milestones that you need to remember.
That's it.
Absolutely, that's those. It's all about the McD's, which is gonna happen tonight. Okay, then the next one we got to talk about Sandra Campanelli.
She's awesome.
She's amazing.
She's
she,
good.
She is the most. I mean, besides musically, this woman is the most. I was talking about her 2 days ago. She's doing an event for me. I had to hire dancers, and she's got like. She runs the city with dancing. And I was talking to December Rose, who's another guest that was on my show. And December just looked at me and said, December Rosemary just said, Sandra, she's like my idol businesswoman. She's like, and Sandra is that person who just, she looks at anything and figures out a business plan like that.
That's a gift.
She just like,
Yeah.
how do I monetize dancing? You look at dance schools and she literally has 700-800 students going through her school monthly.
That's
That's
crazy.
amazing. That's awesome.
700 to 800.
Yeah.
And then from there she opened up a dance shoe boutique. She's
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
It's true.
I like the shoes.
she
Wow.
rents her space for to do parties.
Oh.
And she's an amazing singer. Her band, Sandra and the Latin Groove, huge. I mean, we used to do humongous gigs. And we still do gigs. We still do quite a few gigs, but not as much because she's so busy business-wise. Like, she's got her hands everywhere, but she's an
Super full.
amazing...
Yeah.
She's super sweet, super nice. We get along. We have... And her band, like I had such a blast with her band, and I still do.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were 14 musicians. We played some big events. We did, 14. We did events in Toronto, Niagara Falls. And, like with her, I traveled a lot, and they were all super fun.
Didn't you get stuck on a highway with her once in like the middle of the winter? And then you
No,
had to,
that
like-
was Angelique. That was another.
okay,
Yeah, that was when I got a flat tire on the way to my gig, with in the middle of a snowstorm.
No.
And I have all my equipment, but my flat tire, my spare tire was underneath the car,
Under all the,
all the equipment. So in a snowstorm, I had to empty my gear, get the tire, put it on, and put the gear back wet.
Oh, that.
It was a terrible night.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me.
Did you make it to the...
I made it to the gig an hour late, but hey,
Because like I was
happened.
actually talking about this today. I was telling my friend's dad. Remember the time we were driving in, like I think we were driving to like Myrtle Beach, and you ran over like that raccoon or something?
oh, why are you bringing that up?
This is terrible. Like,
I hit an animal. Yes, I did. We were on the highway. It was my fault. I mean, he ran in front of the road, and I squashed him. I literally squashed him. Anyway, back to session.
Sorry, that
I
got
feel
off,
the- I feel
that
the
got
sympathy.
off track.
Okay.
That got
So
off track.
Sandra was fantastic. I mean, because we get along, we joke, and she's really good. Now we go into Mike Marino.
Mike
Mike Marino,
Amazing.
the stories, guys. You have to check him out. He's a fantastic bass player. The guy can play any style. He's playing with Mimo now, of course, who was on the podcast as well. But they've got Mimo's after show album that came on. He plays in a lot of different bands. He's the nephew of course, the famous Frank Marino. And he has so many stories. Like when you sit down and you talk about a guy, and he's super humble, great bass player, and he just talks to you like he met like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Right? He was on stage with Stevie Ray Vaughan. How do you not like just drop and say, "Oh my God"?
Why
Like,
are you not infatuated?
you're
with that?
infatuated with him, and he's so humble about it. But he's got stories upon stories about the music business, about how to succeed in the music business, and he knows because he did it. He's been on stages all over the world, and the guy can play the shit. You talk death
it's
metal,
fantastic, Mike.
death
Yeah.
metal, rock, heavy pop, whatever it is, he can play it all, and he plays it well. He plays it with heart. He's really, really cool dude, man. Really, really cool. Which brings us to Caught in the Rye.
Oh yes,
And that's
our
Mike
first
DeRay.
ever
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Mike DeRay and Giordano Batista. Yeah, that's right. And guys, that was our first country venture, and they're releasing album. I don't know if they released it or not. They released songs.
They released it already.
And their songs are fantastic. The band is called Caught in the Ride. You gotta check them out. They're a great interview. They played 2 songs live for us. That country feel. Mike's got a great country voice.
Yeah.
And they sing in harmony.
And they're Italian and they're
Italian
country
dudes and
singers.
country
That's like
singer. Yeah,
really.
they're playing all over the place. You know what? From that funny story, from that interview, it just so happened 2 weeks later, I got called from a guy, an agent. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a country duo." I said, "Wait, I got the guys for
so
you."
cool.
And
Yeah.
they're still playing the gig. I called them up. I go, "Mike, you guys want to do a gig at a play?" I think they play in Rub Steakhouse in Laval.
Oh, nice.
Every month. They've been there every month since the interview because they're that damn good. Like, they sound really good.
Well, you know what? They were able to make my dad finally appreciate country music in a way. You
Yeah,
know,
I
he-
always appreciate it.
I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you sounded like kind of a hater, but like you, I heard you willingly put on a country song, and so that
Absolutely.
that
No,
for
I
me
always
was
like
like
country
kind of
music.
like wow, okay.
Yeah, no, I like country music. It's a lot of fun. It took me a while to warm up to them, and the band that warmed me up to them was Zach Brown Band. And this next one, like, I have to thank Francesca because she definitely got it going for me. And it was one of my bigger ones. I felt I was honored that they came on, but the damn truth.
Oh, yeah. That
Whoa,
was.
hell yeah.
Oh, I love them. I love them.
PY and Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Dave Trey.
I gotta thank Francesca. Thank you because
Yeah.
you totally hooked me up. Although I didn't know that I've been friends with Dave
For years.
for like 25 years. And you know what's funny? I saw him last Saturday. I went to his studio. Yeah, I went to his studio, and
Amazing studio.
Oh, the
Freak
studio's-
Shop.
guys,
Together
Freak
with
Shop.
Derek
yeah,
Horsey. Yeah, amazing.
Which is a DJ too, Derek, by the way.
Derek is a DJ?
He's a DJ, totally amazing DJ.
Really?
But anyways, so I get to the studio, and Daniel was already there, and they were talking, and I walk in, and Dave looks up and goes, "Oh, this Stefano." And I did the same when I saw him on Sessions with Stefano. I'm like, "Oh, this Dave. Oh, my God." Guys, the damn truth.
They're
is
good.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're
fucking
very
awesome.
good.
They're,
They're good.
like, and they're doing super well since
They're on Show'em. They're on
Oh
Show'em.
yeah, they're on Show'em all the time.
They've been on show, yeah. For
They
long.
did 2 tours in England. In Europe, let alone England. They did 2 tours since they were on Sessions with Stef. And so humble, such nice guys. I didn't meet Tom and Leela, but I heard they're amazing, and I no doubt because if they're with PY and Dave, I mean they're awesome people. But guys, that was a really really fun interview,
And
They
they're
had-
good. I like them. I
Funny
remember.
stories.
They were really good.
I remember you made me listen to it in the car one day, and I was like, I don't know if I want to listen to this because I don't know. I probably want to listen to like Pantera or something.
My son's a metalhead.
But
yes.
then he put it on, and I like.
They're good.
And I
They're
liked
really
it.
good, and I
Yeah.
still listen to them. Like I
Yeah.
put their stuff on
Yeah.
every new video they come out with. I check it out.
They're great.
And
They're doing great
They're
also.
doing a lot of. They're
Yeah.
getting a lot of views. They're playing all over the radio.
No
They're
doubt,
touring.
thanks to Sessions with Steph, right? 'Cause-
Yes, yes. Moving on, we had. Where am I? Oh yes. Well, I had my buddy Tony from Unique.
Tony.
Oh wait,
yeah.
can I tell you the funniest story about this guy?
What?
One day, me and my sister were taking the metro to go to school, and like I'm sort of dead, and I'm kind of like, and then like I sort of see this guy, and I'm like, I feel like I know this guy, but I'm like, I'm not sure. And like he kind of looked at me, and he was kind of like, but like I don't know if he knew me or not. So then like I'm sitting there, and I'm like listening to music, and I'm like dead. I'm just like sitting on the seat, like, "Ugh." And then like the guy like takes a picture of me. And then
Yeah, 'cause he sent it to me.
He took a picture of me, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" But then I go up to him, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is Tony Unique," and I love Tony Unique. Like I love him, but I was just too tired to like realize. Like my brain just didn't function that well. Like because it was like 8 a.m. and there's like a bunch of like homeless people on the metro, and like I didn't want to deal with it. And I had to deal with my sister too, so it was like
It was
I was
funny. I
kind of
got a
dead.
text. I'm like, "Are these your kids?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, they're in front of me in the metro." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
But then after that, I shook his hand because I remembered, and I was like, "Oh my god, Tony, I love you," because I love him.
Yeah, he's
I
a
love
great
Tony.
guy.
And he's
So-
like I meet a few people of my dad's business that like I just wish they were like we went to school together,
You like
so we
all
could
of
be
them.
like Tony Unique, Dan DeCintio, Rosemary. Those are like and Kaz. Those are my people.
are
Like
your
I love
peeps.
those people. I
Those
love
are your
those
peeps.
people.
That's so cool.
What happened to Jadley? Shout out.
Well, no. Well, Jadley, I haven't known her long enough.
Okay.
It's like she'll be up there, but the rest are like the OGs.
We'll talk
you
about
know?
her later. So, guys, on that note, like Tony was an amazing piano player. He did gigs. He has tons of stories about gigs. He's a great piano player. But it was such a funny podcast because the minute I'm together with him, it's just joke after joke after joke after joke.
He likes trolling.
he's
and
funny.
we're trollers and we have fun. And he's the Scrim King and he always will be. Thanks for being the Scrim King, To. He actually brought the scrims to show on video.
It's true.
Because I not make fun. It's a joke we have and it's funny, guys. That podcast was a lot of fun. Moving on, these were two really interesting and they were back to back. So Karen Myatt with Stephen Patrick was amazing. A voice like I've never heard. Oh boy, a voice like I've never heard, and she's got like a jazz vibe. Kind of like pop. It's such a sound. Karen Myatt, you got to check out. Femoir was the album. Really good. Super nice people. Like I sat down with Patrick. He's a Loyola boy, so we kind of hit it off right away. And then, and then Karen came on, and we hit it out. Still, like they offered me to go to their show. Unfortunately, I was playing, but she still gives shout outs to Session with Stef because like they're super amazing. She's got such a vibe, an aura about her when she sings. And when she talks, she's really, really interesting. I had a great time with them, which brought me to another one. It was 2 weeks in a row, and I was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. But I had Tatum Quinn Band. Tatum Quinn.
She has an amazing voice.
Yeah.
So she's friends
Voice
with
is
Old
amazing.
Soul. That's when I
Yeah.
said it opened up. There was a fan of Old Soul that wrote me a message saying, hey, you had Old Soul. They're amazing. Thank you for having them on. But you should check out also Tatum Quinn. And wow,
yes.
what a voice.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in
Hardcore.
that chair there and as she's singing her song, I was like, wow, original. She went to Berkeley, she studied, and she's got like this pop rock that hits you, an unforgettable voice. Her feel is great. The band sounds amazing. Their style of pop with a rock edge, Alanis Morissette-ish almost, like super cool. It was a great vibe.
It's ironic.
It's ironic. Haha, good one. Do I keep going here?
Yes.
I keep going. I have more. I have tons. Yeah, we have more that we got to get to. Well, you know what? And it's funny because the one after that, it goes directly to another friend of Old Soul. But this one wasn't through Old Soul, but it was. So Gopal sends me a message and says, you got to check out this singer, Naomi. And
Naomi
she
and
was freaking
Sandro.
good. She was really
Naomi
good.
and Sandro plays bass
Bass.
for Naomi.
Wait, which Sandro?
You don't know.
Wait, what's his last name?
Ferraro.
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 Yes. Wow. I
Okay,
was,
no, I don't know. Because like I hear a lot of names. I haven't met these people. Like Sandro Battaglia. Don't
No,
know who you
that's
are,
my buddy
but
from high
shout
school.
out to you.
Shout
But
out to Sandro.
I don't know you, but like I've heard
That's
your
Sandro
name
Batts,
passed
yeah.
around a lot.
He's a very good friend of mine.
That and Paul Chakra. I've heard that name so many times in my life. Like I've never met him. He's probably a really nice guy.
He's a very
but,
nice
like,
guy.
Like shout out to Paul.
Yes,
Never met
and you know what?
but-
Maybe I'll have Paul Chakra on.
Yeah, get
he's
him
got
on
a-
the podcast.
He's got a.
Isn't
very
he
good-
rich?
What are you talking
Is he
about?
kind of?
No, he's
he's
got
not?
he's got a very good band and he's a super nice guy. So now moving on, Naomi, guys. Naomi was
So nice.
She is the nicest person. The band, they were so cool. Again, another original voice. I don't know if it's a generational thing, but originality is what hits me. They're very
Like they sound different from the rest.
very different from the rest. Naomi's got such a vibe, a smile from ear to ear when she's singing, when she's playing a tune. She's great, guys. The band sounds great. The interview was a lot of fun. No, I can't say enough about it. It was fun. We were joking around. Sandro's a great guy. The whole band, like super awesome. Gopal wasn't there, but he plays with them if I'm not mistaken. Guys, they were super nice. And she sounds great. Like, honestly, the voice hits me, and it was like, whoa. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break in terms of who I've had on. I will get back to it. I want to do my segment with my son. My son is taking drum lessons. And this is where Jadley comes out because I gave him a few lessons at the beginning, but I don't have the patience to teach. I really don't. And to be honest, I never took a drum lesson. I learned on my own. So I don't want to teach the wrong technique. I don't know how to teach technique. I know the right technique, I hope. Anyway, I do gigs on there. So Jadley, who will come on the podcast as well, who also introduced me to Emmanuel Caplet, who's another phenomenal
Both legends.
legends, and they will be on the podcast, maybe together. I don't know. We'll see. But she is teaching. And how do you like your experience on drums right now?
Well, I always liked the drums. You know, I mean, I've been listening to music for a long time now, and you know, drums always like freaking like stood out to me. So I always, you know, every time I would listen to a song, I'd sort of isolate the drum part from the rest of it just to, you know, get a feel for it. And so I started like just kind of screwing around on your drum kit, you know, kind of playing the trashiest things ever, but just because it sounded fun. So then after, I'm like, you know, let's get some lessons. And so far, I'm really loving it. You know, I connect our trash ass laptop to the speaker, blast music, and I try to play along to it.
That's good.
And no, I'm enjoying it. You know,
You're gonna start rudiments soon, though.
No, I know. I already started a few.
You already did.
I already started a few, yeah. But yeah, now I'm working on the independence, and that's.
And how do you like the reading?
I was already kind of good at reading because I already knew how to read music, and now I know reading drums is different than like other sheet music. But I'm okay with the.
Oh, it's not different. It's the same thing.
I'm kind of like you a bit, like I like hearing it to learn it, but like I'm still pretty good at reading it, so I like reading it. Cool. I enjoy it.
Cool. So you're enjoying your lesson?
Oh, I'm loving it so far.
Right.
I have a good time. And
so already we know that you're going to be a sub for Soul Station. So you got about 5 years. Work your ass off. Jadley, you're still there, but he'll be your sub if ever.
No, I won't replace you. I'm not that good.
So you're enjoying it. Now I'm going to do this because it's a segment that Francesca did. I want to do this segment. Okay. Instead of ending with it, I'm just cutting up this podcast in half, and then I'll do the rest of my guests. This segment... And it's a great one.
Wait, let me guess. Is this the one where you got to make like your dream band?
Yes.
Okay, good. I've always wanted to do this.
I know. You know,
like,
I knew you would like it.
Sometimes when I'm on the metro and I'm like really bored, and this is kind of like a loser thing to do, but like I'll pretend I'm getting interviewed in my head, and I'll just be like I don't know, I'm on like Joe Rogan or something, and be like, so Anthony, like tell me like your favorite musicians of all time, and then I kind of make like a super group there, but like I realize that's kind of sad and probably not normal, but like it's fun.
So,
but now I get to do it in real life.
If you had to put together your all-time best band, living or dead,
yeah,
they could be. Who's playing what instrument?
Okay, so like first of all, there's not really going to be any cohesion because there's going to be styles that mix. But I'm kind of going to do it different and kind of like.
Let's do it.
I'm going to do it of like.
Who's playing drums?
Like my favorites, okay? Not my favorites. Okay. I mean my favorites, right?
Okay.
So if I'm going for my favorite drummer of all time, it's gonna have to be Lars Ulrich. No, I'm joking. It's not Lars Ulrich. It's not.
You went for it.
It's not. No. Oops. I mean, I'll give like some honorable mentions.
I know.
No, it's not Joey Jordison. I know you're gonna think it's
not Joey Jordison. It's Danny.
No, I love Danny Carey. He's a legend. I got to see him live a couple weeks ago, but I'm gonna have to go with Chris Adler from Lamb of God.
Nice. Okay.
He, first of all, I mean.
Okay, we don't have a...
Oh, you don't want to get an explanation?
We don't. I mean, yes, you
okay.
can say quickly, but he's your favorite. And,
well, because, first of all, you compare the albums from when he was there versus when he wasn't there. I think the quality's gone down a lot. I love his fills. You know, he's one of those people that, like, he overplays it, but he doesn't. You know, doesn't sound like he's trying to show off. You know, I think it fits perfectly. And, I mean, just some of the things he's come up with just stick in my head, you know, like, forever. You know, like... And his drumming on the album called Ashes of the Wake, it's kind of like a violent name, but like phenomenal. And I'd say he's my favorite drummer of all time.
Okay, so who would be playing bass?
That's a hard one. I always liked the Cliff Burton stuff. You know, he only did 2 albums with Metallica, but 3, but his stuff was good. You know, you can sort of hear it on the next album when he died, unfortunately, when he wasn't there. But I'm gonna have to say Rex Brown from Pantera.
Okay.
Super underrated because like everyone else, because I mean the singer was kind of a dumbass, so you know everyone's talking about him, and then of course the guitarist Dimebag and his brother Vinnie Paul were legends, right? But I'm going with Rex Brown because I don't know, he just did his thing, you know. He didn't come in, you know, he didn't show off and go like, you know, like he just did his thing and he did it good. So I'd go for him.
Okay, and I mean obviously guitar.
Well, I'm gonna go with 2 guitars. I'm gonna go with a rhythm guitar and then
Who's playing rhythm?
I love Jim Root of Slipknot. I love the stuff he's come up with. Mm-hmm. James Hetfield is a legend.
Wow, on guitar, rhythm guitar.
Yeah,
Wow.
James Hetfield, but I'm gonna go with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth.
Nice.
I mean, I hate his singing.
But he's not singing. He's playing rhythm.
Yeah, I know, but I hate his singing. I just gotta let everyone know that. But
Okay.
some of the riffs he has are just crazy, like Holy Wars. You know, like I love those. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
He's
him.
rhythm. Who's lead?
This is hard. I mean, I love Eddie Van Halen. Like, I know the musicians I named don't match what he's trying to.
Totally works.
I don't know. I don't think having a Lamb of God drummer with Eddie Van Halen.
If
But
he's good, he can play.
I love Eddie Van Halen, but I'm gonna have to go with Nuno Bettencourt off Extreme.
Yes. This is my guy.
I love his solos. First of all, like listen to the solo in what's it called? Rest in Peace. It sounds like a freaking
one's a good one.
violin.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go with him, and also our cat's named after him. So
Yeah. We did name our cat after him. Okay. And who's the front person? Who's the lead singer?
Well, I'll start off by saying that in my opinion, Freddie Mercury is the greatest vocalist of all time, but
Okay.
he's not my favorite.
Okay.
I love Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam.
Oh, that's a good
Beautiful
one.
voice.
No one ever said Eddie Vedder.
No one ever. And
I love
But I love him a lot.
I love Eddie Vedder. I've been listening to some Soundgarden recently, and I really do love Chris Cornell as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chris Cornell.
Absolutely, Yeah.
Phil Anselmo is up there. I mean, he's kind of trash live, but like from the studio recordings. But I don't know. For my favorite singer of all time, I'll probably go with Eddie Vedder. I mean, like
Okay.
he has such a unique sound, but it's like it fits what he does perfectly. And I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but he used to be sort of like shy about his singing and stuff. But then you see him like singing live on like MTV or at a concert, and he's phenomenal.
Ripping it.
And also shout out to Randy Bly of Lamb of God.
Okay.
I love Lamb of God, I think, but like,
Okay,
but no,
we can
my
tell.
my favorite is Eddie Vedder. I love him.
Okay.
I love Pearl Jam. And yeah, I'd say he's my favorite.
Good. Fantastic, guys. So that's Anthony Vanny's.
That's beautiful, huh?
Very good.
Band. Yeah, he's a music buff. As you
Oh
can
yeah,
tell.
he is.
It's he knows his stuff.
Definitely.
But I gotta get him to listen to a few other styles once.
Yeah,
But it's okay.
I sort
But
of
it's okay.
stick to my lane a bit, but
It's
like
okay.
there's
He's a rock guy, and that's
I'll
cool.
open it
Yeah,
up.
you start
open it up.
from there and then you open
Yeah,
like
it
little
will,
by
it
little,
will.
you know.
So now, guys, back to guests. Can't you tell I had such an amazing year? And this is why I do it, because of these people. And so now I'm going straight up with Justin Saladino.
I love that guy.
Like, Justin, what a guitar player and singer. Do you remember how he played his guitar? Like, did you remember the feel he
Yeah, he
set?
was very good. He was very good.
Like,
I remember. He
guys,
was.
Justin blew me away because he played and he performed 2 songs on the podcast, acoustic and voice. And I was mesmerized because I was sitting right next to him, and he sings beautifully. He was singing like a ballad, but he had such complex chords and rhythms going on at the same time with his acoustic guitar. And I was like, holy shit, not many guitar players can play that guitar part. But besides playing that guitar part, you're singing with feel and power notes, and it's coming out like butter.
No, well that's people don't realize how like hard that is. Like like
I know guitar
I'm-
players that can't do that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like James Hetfield. I know I'm
Yeah.
talking about my stuff again, but like that's why I always thought he was, not. I'm not gonna say he's an all-time great, but I think he's better than much better than the average guitarist. 'Cause he could play these fast-ass things,
Yeah, while
plus
singing.
he could sing,
Yeah,
and so that's
true.
why I like Justin a lot.
Yeah, cool.
And
Justin's
also,
great.
also I just like him.
Yeah.
he's just like a
Cool.
nice guy.
He is a very nice
So
guy.
I was like, I like him
and
too.
so Justin was great to have on the podcast. It was a lot of fun too, and like I said, he blew me away. And then right after Justin, so this one was interesting because this was someone who I reached out to because, I found her name is Borina Adamo,
She's very good.
and with Teresa Estrada, and so this is a band that, as a booker, they sent me some emails. So I never met them. But they sent me videos, and I was impressed with their video. I said I didn't get a chance to book them because I stopped booking at that point. But they impressed me, so I reached out to both of them. Well, I reached out to Borina, and I just said, hey, would you like to be? I'd like to have some singers and stuff. And she said, sure. And never met her. We walked out. We met here. Hi, nice to meet you. Sat down and had an amazing chat with the two of them.
They have great voices too.
And they sang a little snippet of a couple of songs in harmony. It was like, wow,
was
it
very
gets your
good. It was
attention
wild.
instantly. I had them start the podcast with strumming my pain with his feet in harmony.
Me Softly, yeah.
Killing Me Softly. It was
Fugees.
beautiful. And it caught my attention right away, and then we just started talking about the music business, and she's actually reached out to me. We had a few conversations. She was looking for, you know, some things to do. She's from originally, I believe it was from Boston. I think she came
I don't
from
remember.
Yeah. I remember you
was
telling
from
me
Boston.
it was Boston.
And you know, and she did weddings, and she also has her own project now, Electric Street Band. They're fantastic.
They're good
and
too.
such a good vibe. 2 girl singers. It's so much fun, and they're so nice. Teresa too. She's also like a dance instructor and stuff like that. So fantastic guys. They were really awesome. A fun hang, and they sing beautifully. So you could definitely got to check out that. And then this one was amazing, because I've had him on before, but this one we just really got into it. Sly Farino.
Oh, I love that guy.
Very
Sly
good. Very
is-
good.
He's such a nice guy. Like he's been in the business for years. I was a kid and he was already in the business, and I you know, I got to know him. We've
Love
worked
that guy.
together.
Love
We've
that
done
guy.
videos together. Well, I was in his video. I did practices for him. I replaced him once because he had to get surgery.
I remember once you gave me a CD that he released.
Yeah.
And I still have that in my room right next to my bed.
It's really
like
good.
It's inside, like, you know, that little drawer. I'm
Absolutely.
talking like they know what my bedroom looks like, but like, no, I still have the CD.
Yeah,
that,
Sly. He's such a good guy. He's a lot of fun. He sings great, guys. He plays drums. He studied drumming. He plays drums, sings. His band Sophistication does super well. They're always busy. I believe they're playing. It's funny. We're 2 weeks in a row. They're playing at the casino, and then I'm playing the week after them. And guys, you know, they work with Bruna, which I've had on the podcast as well.
I love her too.
Amazing people. Super nice. We had such a good vibe. I've been friends with this guy for like 20 years. The guy's got no ear. Like his left ear is taken apart. He's had 5 surgeries. And it's like, I never knew this. He's a singer and he can't hear out of his left ear.
How does that work?
Well, he's fantastic. He figured out a way to hear himself.
That reminds me, and I'm sorry I'm taking the spotlight off him,
That's fine.
but that reminds me of the story you told me of how one day you're doing a gig with my mom and a speaker hit her head.
Yeah, that was that happened. Once while we were playing, a speaker fell and actually hit her in the head, and she was bleeding.
Sorry, I got off track.
It's okay,
again,
but so back to Sly. He has no ear, but yet he sings like an amazing motherfucker. He's awesome.
he has a good voice.
And he's such a good guy. You got to check out that podcast. It was a lot of fun. Which takes me to Noelle Hannibal. And Noelle, once again, someone that I never met. Really cool vibe. I met her through Corina Vincelli, who was on the podcast as well.
That's the one that we did last week,
yeah,
right?
last week.
Where
So Corina, which I'm going to give a shout out right now, she was on the podcast and she just released her album last week. We had the album launch last week. You got to check out Corina Vincelli. The album is called Corina Sings Vincelli. She's got the sweetest voice.
and she's funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
She is super funny. She's at ease on the microphone talking to people. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, Lisa, when she played piano and sang, it
Yeah.
almost gave me, like I almost started crying.
Yeah. She's
her
angelic, hardcore.
Her song hit me beautiful melodically.
Yeah.
And her voice, like she wrote beautiful lyrics. Her voice comes out. It's powerful, sweet.
It's very natural,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
She knows how to get a crowd, like, you know, laughing, how to get them to listen, you know.
And she sounds really good. And so from Corina Vincelli, one of her friends is Noelle Hannibal. And Noelle reached out to me and said, I'd love to be on Sessions with Stef. And it's fantastic. And she taught me Stage It, which is an online concert venue. So you buy tickets online and you do. So this girl literally does Noelle
That's so
Hannibal.
cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's called
what do you mean?
Stage It.
Like
She literally does
online-
4 shows a week. And you go online and you pay $2, $3, $4, whatever the ticket is, and you watch her show for an hour.
like on your TV.
And she makes money. Yeah. And
so
she
like you
makes-
don't have to leave your house. Like
Yeah, that's right. It's like a live stream kind of show, and she puts on 4 concerts a week, and she gets people buying tickets, watching these shows, and it's a revenue source.
And is it covers or is it like her original stuff?
She does. So she does themes. She does her original stuff, and she also does, like, she's a big Taylor Swift fan, and so she does Twitter. Don't make that face.
I'm sorry.
She does Taylor, like, one of her shows per week. She told me, because I saw her last week, is that she does Taylor Swift, like
Like a cover?
she does all the whole show of Taylor Swift songs, but like by album and stuff like that, or something like that. There was something I don't remember, like what, if it's by album, or she does like
Her greatest
Taylor
hits
Swift.
or something?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. She does it. And anyway, she introduced me to this, but she's so nice, and a great vocalist. She played guitar, acoustic guitar, live on sessions with Stef. She sang
Yeah, she
her
was quite
original
good.
music,
She was quite
and she
good.
was very good. She just came back. She did shows in New York, and she's doing amazing. And you know what? She is someone that just said she did musical theater her whole life. And that she said, I never did my own music. So now I'm taking this 10 years, 15 years. I want to do me.
Nice.
And she's doing it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
nice.
good.
She's doing it.
Yep.
She's going on tour. And you know what? She's writing beautiful music. And she's a great interview. And then again, it leads me to... well, this one was a few weeks ago. So
Yeah.
we had William Lucier, trumpet player. I mean, I'll talk about it, but you did see it a couple of weeks ago. William was great. Plays with me every week. Original. He's got like a mix, a blend between hip hop and jazz, and he adds the trumpet on it, and he's got such a good sound. And he's such a nice guy. He's got the look. He's got the trumpet player look with the hat. Great interview. A lot of fun. Fun to have a trumpet player on the show. And
was
I had a
different.
lot of fun with that. He's a great dude and great interview.
Well, trumpet players are underrated. They're underrated.
Absolutely.
So
Very,
underrated.
Totally. Yeah.
very hard instrument, and definitely underrated.
You should see their face when they're trying to hit those high notes. They're like,
It's not easy. It's not easy to hit those high notes, and they do
trumpet players underrated. This one's for you. I love you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then our last guest before this episode, I believe.
Can I say it?
Say it.
December motherfucking Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's DR.
I love December Rose. Shout out to you.
She's the best. She's fantastic.
is.
She's
She's
awesome.
also a
She's really
great
good.
person.
Yeah.
She is. I mean, I work with her a lot.
I love the glasses. Every time it's a new pair of glasses.
She's got a look.
Super stylish.
She's super stylish. But she's her style, and I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was just with her a couple hours ago. We did a gig together. She came such a long way.
Yeah.
We're good friends. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We've
Like she's invited to my wedding. Like when I have my wedding,
we
she's
were
invited.
at her wedding. Come on, you didn't come.
Yeah.
You didn't come to the wedding.
Oh no, you're.
Yeah. Well, it was because
Well, no, because I remember 'cause it was in like a little church, and
it
like,
was a super small venue.
But like she's invited to my wedding. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I've been friends with her now for
It's like 8 years, I think. What was it,
Something
like
like
2015 or 2016?
no, it was pre-COVID, like 2 years before COVID.
No, it was definitely longer than that.
No,
for
2
sure.
years before COVID.
Really? I'm wrong.
And I discovered her, and I reached out to her, and she impressed me because she wanted to work so much. I just said, hey, if you want to work, I can give you a repertoire, and if you want to, she's like, yes. So I literally gave her 50 songs. And I said, let's start with this. And she went, sure. When you're looking for work, and she's like, sure, I'll do it. And she literally, a month later, we're doing gigs. So I literally threw her.
Whoa.
I threw her in the fire. Like I was like, let's do this. You got to do it. And she busted her ass to learn a full repertoire so we can start gigging. And then we started gigging, and she's got such a good work ethic. Besides the voice, I mean, she sings well.
Amazing.
And then I got into her original stuff, and she writes amazing music, melodically, harmonically.
No, she's good. She's good.
She sings up there, like she'll do a song and have 4 key changes and go higher and higher. Like right now, we started doing a song with the band called Love on Top. I don't know if you know the Beyonce song Love on Top.
No.
It's a Beyonce song, and it's got five key changes.
Shit.
So we start off in C, and we're going to C to D to E. No, I'm sorry. We start lower. We go up a tone every single time, and we played it. It's a chill song that we played during dinner, and the people just applaud because she goes higher and higher. And it's one of those songs that's funny. We have other singers with the band that are amazing singers, and when we did this song, we had a sub singer, and like the sub singer doesn't know our repertoire. She knows what she had to do, and the song started, and I remember her face. She was like, "Who's doing this song? Like who's?" Because it's a fucking hard as fuck song to do. And Rosie just bang. She goes, the minute you think she's at a high note, she's going higher and higher and higher, and she hits it like bang on every time. And she's a great friend and a great songwriter. And then we got together, we played her original music. Francesca has hired us for Ital Fest, and we had such a blast doing that. It was a lot of fun.
And I'll just add that like I've seen a lot of like really good singers because I always run this guy. She's really good.
Yeah.
And she's like, because some people are just good at playing the music, but she has like a brain for music too. Like some people can just perform well, but they don't have a brain. They can't write it. They can't they can't understand it. No, but I'm just saying she has a good brain, and she is a performer as well.
She literally did one song. It's called "Not Sorry," and the original version of that song is just voice. So she sings every part. There was over 107 vocal tracks, all in harmony.
Whoa, nice.
So the song is an a cappella song. And then because I wanted to do a version of it, we took the a cappella and we made it into a dance tune. So I added the musicians after. I added the keyboard part, the bass parts, the drum beat to make it like a dancey tune. But the original song, there was 107 vocal tracks and only vocal tracks.
Holy shit.
The song, and she did every single track in that song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and her
amazing.
album, got to check it out. She was last week on the podcast. Check that out if you didn't see it.
I mean, her stuff is like pretty big though. Like it's in some radios on the US in the US.
Absolutely.
And look at her YouTube. She's got like, I think she's got 1 million views now on her channel.
Yeah, could be. So guys, so that was my year. That was the sessions with Stef.
Year in review.
Yeah, that was the year in review.
Class of 2023.
Of course, we've had others the year before, which I spoke about them in last year's year review. So, my brother, obviously my sister-in-law Costanza, and tons of other guests. We've had Charles. We've had which will be coming back.
V-Rocks?
Yeah, V-Rocks was on.
We have to have him back.
Yes, see, I've already spoken to him because now it's been a while. He's got to be back on.
I love that guy.
I will be doing, because now we've been doing this for like 2 years. So now I like the recap. Like, what have you been up to since the last time we were on?
Yeah, it's like a little catch up,
Yeah, like a little catch up.
It's like for the people that watch, it's like, if they really liked a certain person, It's fun for them to see them come back,
Yeah.
And so we're going to have more of your favorites that we're on. I've got new ones in the pipeline there already. I got tons of emails I got to get to. We're picking our filming dates so that
I'll be on there one day. When I'm actually a good musician, when I'm good at something, I'll be on there.
You'll be on. Hey, you could be a co-pilot once in a while. You want to come and interview a
That
band?
would be so cool, huh?
You could be a co-pilot.
You know what? I'd love that.
The first father son.
That would be
Depends.
amazing.
If you don't get that 85 in
Hey, listen,
in
you're looking
high
at someone who got 98 in Sec 4 history. So have some respect. And you're like a legend at my school because of this podcast, by the way. My ethics teacher, shout out to Miss Bennett. I love her. She's a god. She follows his podcast.
My son basically tells all his friends to sign up. Hey, man, whatever it takes. All right? Whatever it takes. So, guys, I'm going to now this is my thank you to you. Thank you so much for listening, subscribing. If you want to share, that's even better. Like, we love when you share.
Love it.
All of that, the comments that I get a lot of great positive feedback. Thank you very much to whoever listens, and if anyone knows anybody that you think should be on, send me a message, man. You can find me on social media, Sessions with Stef. Check it out on Instagram, Facebook. Sign up to our YouTube channel, of course. Lisa, thank you so much for doing what you do over there.
Switch the camera to yourself.
Yeah. Let's show. Look. She's touching buttons over there, and we got Francesca. Thank you so much. Switch camera. There you go. Francesca's there.
And I want to say, first of all, thank you to myself you know.
Yeah, you deserve
And I
props.
want to say thank you to everyone who watches because this gives my dad a bit of extra money that we can go buy McDonald's with after we're done this.
We're
So-
going to McDonald's
so
tonight.
We're gonna
for
smash
sure.
a Big Mac.
Thank you to our sponsors, of course. Always thank you to our sponsors.
Yes.
And this Sessions with Steph is going to end off with a cheers. Not with you. I'm going to cheers everybody for Christmas. Lisa and Francesca as well. Guys, give me a cheers here.
Salud.
But guys,
Salute.
I'd like to say salute. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let me drink it before.
Drink it.
God, that's good. Sessions with Steph, year in review is now done.